Hey guys, so I'm making this as kind of like a review type thing. I saw it um, Friday, yesterday. It was not about the show started about 9:45 and it was packed. I mean, we got into the theater and I thought no one was going to be there, but literally every row was filled. And I think that's the first time I've ever seen anything in a cinema with that many people. And especially a horror movie, because you always want to hear the reactions of people, and sometimes it can get annoying because you'll have those people who react to literally everything with a large gasp or something like that. But it was actually pretty pleasant. There were some people behind us that were, just blah 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 the entire time and wouldn't stop yelling at the screen. But it was rather enjoyable, and I actually was a little iffy at first because when I heard that it was being made into a movie, what, 2 years ago, a year ago, something like that, I was like, oh my god. I'm like, great, another reboot. But technically, it wasn't a reboot. It was a mini TV series on TV. They had two separate episodes, but now it seems like a movie because it's on DVD, so both episodes are together. So this is actually not a reboot; it's an actual movie of this book by Stephen King, and I thought it was really good. Like I said, I walked in having high hopes, and it certainly didn't disappoint. I've seen people say that it was kind of cheesy and a little boring, but I am very difficult to please, especially with horror movies and stuff like that. Especially now, if it's a concept that we've already known and it's been established, like it. But I mean, this story you get more of a sense of what it really is. For people who haven't read the book and saw the miniseries, they're like, "Well, what is it?" It is actually the clown that we see called Pennywise is actually kind of just a disguise. Um, in here, he's a demon. He's like some kind of interdimensional demon who comes out every 27 years in order to feed upon people, mainly kids, because kids have active imaginations. So he essentially takes the form of whatever scares people the most, and for him, fear is like seasoning. When you salt your food or put seasoning on it, for him, the more you fear him and the more you're scared, the better you taste. So he tries to scare you as much as possible by drawing out on your biggest fears. Now, personally, me, I would think of something stupid like, I'm afraid of puppies, because then what happens? He turns himself into a freaking puppy. And I'm like, oh no! When all along you're like, I just outsmarted this interdimensional being that's been around for before humans. And there's the thing, he's coming from another dimension, and apparently in that universe, the world was created by a turtle, like this giant cosmic turtle. And I think Billy has a vision of it, and he kind of meets this turtle of creation. But yeah, in that universe created by a turtle, but he's basically like, the turtle is the kind of light side to the dark, where he's kind of like the typical, I created law and order and justice in the universe, and Pennywise, this demon, is essentially the counterbalance. He's the darkness, he's the destroyer, he kills and does all that stuff. So I mean, there's a counterbalance, and hopefully we get to see this cosmic turtle, because that definitely would be interesting. But yeah, about the movie, there's a lot of Easter eggs thrown without it from like the previous movie or the book and stuff like that. I really, like I said, I enjoyed it. There, the kids are fucking hilarious. Richie, the boy who in the TV series was played by Seth Green. He's the comedian. This kid, he was freaking hilarious. His comments and his jokes were so on point, and the whole audience that was I was with got a laugh out of it. And this kid was funny. All the kids were absolutely great, and I like the fact that they dedicated this whole first movie to just the kids. In the TV series of it, sorry, cleaning off the laptop top here. The TV series, it kind of starts, it's like the adults already, but then they get a call, they have a flashback, and you get to learn about these kids. This one, it's just the kids, so you get to grow with, you get to see them grow, and you see their reactions and interactions with each other, and it helps you form more of a bond. And it's a movie, so you have more time to focus on each character rather than the TV series that was just like 3 hours long. Even something simple as like the relationship between Billy and his brother Georgie. In the movie, when Georgie dies, it's like you do get a sense of Billy kind of being upset, but this one you can kind of tell that he was really devastated, because from the beginning when we're introduced to Georgie and Billy, you can see that they have a very loving relationship as brothers. And it starts off the same. Billy is sick. He makes the little toy boat. I think he was sick. But he gets the little toy boat for Georgie. And same thing that happens. Georgie puts it into the street, down the little river that's, on the side, by the sidewalk that's running down into the sewer drain, and goes right in. And there we first meet Pennywise, and shit goes south from there. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it and you're going to, but if you don't care, it was pretty graphic. Georgie gets his arm bitten off by Pennywise, and they show it. They show his arm. His arm is like nothing but like a stub, and you can see like the bone and thing. He falls to the ground. He's trying to get away from this thing, and Pennywise, you see his hand just reach out of the sewer and just grab him, just pull him back in. But it was pretty good. I love the effects for the most part. Pennywise, it was weird because you're so used to Tim Curry, and this guy did a really good job as Pennywise in this one. And but sometimes it's just, I don't know if it was me or the big screen, but it looked like the head was CGI'd onto a body of someone, or like vice versa. It looked like it was a real face with like a fake body. And I was like, I was sitting with my friend, I'm like, it looks like his head isn't actually there. Like, they just CGI'd it onto his body. But it was really enjoyable. The plot, for the most part, if you haven't seen it, it's pretty much the same as the original and in the book. It seems kind of more, not as faithful to the book, but gore-wise, there's, of course, one scene in the book that's probably never going to be in any remake of this, and that's the sex scene with the kids. For those of you who don't know, the friends are very, very close. Nice and windy out. The final battle with Pennywise, the final battle, and as kids, they defeat him, but then they don't know how to get out of the sewers. They're like, okay, how do we get out? And then Beverly has a great idea of, oh, well, we can form a stronger friendship and a bond if we all have sex. So they all, one by one, have sex with her. Now, remember, these kids are in middle school, so they're, 12, 13 years old. So, obviously, they're not going to put that kind of stuff on the big screen of kids having sex. But, yeah, she got around. And, yeah. So that's probably the one scene that'll never be in any of them if it gets remade again. But, like I said, the cast was great. I really liked the kids. They felt more like kids compared to the originals. There's a lot of swearing from them, a lot of kid-like things they would do. But they were each very, very smart when it came to the humor that they were doing, because, like I said, each joke was right on point, and it got a laugh out of everyone. And this is a scary movie. But the fact that half the time you're laughing because these kids are so great and hilarious, that just made it better. when something actually bad happened. Um, there's the one part, it's not really a spoiler or anything, but I thought it was hilarious. They're in the house, this haunted mansion where, this well is where you go down and it's pretty much where Pennywise is. And there's 3 doors. It says, basically they're all labeled out of order, but it's like scary, not so scary, not scary at all. And then obviously they go through the not scary at all door and they see something very scary. And it's like, I would have just gone with something scary. It's like, go through the scary door. It's like, okay, nothing there. He plays on, the fears, and it was great. There was a lot of nods to the first one. You can probably find the clip online of it, but Richie, I think it was, Richie. He was in a room full of like clown statues. And one of the final ones is actually the Pennywise from the original movie, the Tim Curry. The same face, the same hair, the clothes. So I thought that was a nice little nod to the Tim Curry version. It was, like I said, it was good. Definitely can't wait for the next one, and I'm definitely going to watch it on DVD a lot. It's there's really not much else I can say about it. But it was good. I will see it again. And I can't wait for it to come out again in whatever year, because this one at the end, it said like chapter 1. So there's going to be chapter 2, and it'll probably be like the series on TV where it's going to be 2 parts, and then this part was the first, and the next part's going to pick up when they were adults. Hopefully they're not going to have any stupid flashbacks, because it's already been established what they went through. It was more not linear, but straightforward with what it was. There were some parts you're like, okay, why did they do that? What's it trying to do? But for the most part, you had a concept of the killer clown wakes up every 27 years to feed on the kids mainly of Derry, Maine, and these kids are actually going to do something to stop him. I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it. Is it a horror movie? I mean, if you're afraid of clowns, yeah, you'll be scared through and through. Me, I'm not afraid of clowns. There were a lot of jump scares in it, but it's not enough to say like make you like lose focus of what's going on. Some emotional parts definitely, especially with Billy and Georgie, especially at the very end. Obviously, I'm not going to ruin that for you, but there's a part at the very end of the movie after they're done defeating him. Defeating, I say, because obviously he comes back. But at the end, there's a moment where you're like, oh my god, that hurts so much. You just feel bad for this kid. There's a lot of they float. And oddly enough, when they get down to the sewers, they find missing kids. And they are, in fact, floating. There's like this giant pile of garbage of all the kids' stuff that he's kidnapped. And these kids are like in a trance or something. And they're like circling around it. And they're floating. So yes, they do all float. I leaned over to my friend. I'm like, what do you know? They float. But I thought that was a nice little thing for to do, as actually make them float. It really would have been cool if they kept in that this is battery acid you slime line in after when they're trying to defeat him. So who was it? I forgot the kid's name. But the one with the inhaler, because in the original he's like, this is battery acid you slime, and he sprays them and he's like, oh. It would have been great if he kept that in. Eddie. Yeah, that's the name, Eddie. Yeah, little Eddie. But yeah. Whoa, 15 minutes already. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. But yeah, definitely go see it if you haven't. It's definitely worth the pay of admission, whatever it is for your theaters. I mean, definitely see it with people. Like a full packed crowd, because it really is an experience. There was so much hype and it didn't let down. It's not like, say, Suicide Squad or something where they hyped it up so much and it's like, or Ghostbusters, where they do this whole thing and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters, it's gonna be great," and then you walk out, you're like, "Nah, how was it? Nah, it was a movie, you know." But yeah, definitely check it out, or get it when it comes out on DVD. Either one, but you will not be disappointed if you like, like that kind of stuff. It's not kind of cheesy at sometimes, but it's definitely worth the watch. And yeah, so that. That was not really a review, but just a little rant of it. And yeah, if you guys have seen it, actually let me know. Tell me what you think. Do you think it's worth the sequel? Do you think, who do you think was? You can't. Then again, you can't really compare the Pennywises because they're both two different people, two different styles of acting. But do you like this Pennywise? Is he too creepy? Is he not creepy enough? But yeah, tell me if you like the movie and what your favorite part of it was without spoilers. If you do add spoilers, obviously let spoilers be known by saying spoiler alert. Um, but yeah, I want to hear from you guys. What did you think of the movie? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it so-so? Just let me know. And with that, I will see you guys next time. So, later. Bye, guys. I'm kidding. Bye, guys.